Matter Plus today. It's a supernova Sunday. Woo! All right, you may be seated. Yeah, here we are in an energy of gratitude. Or you can stand the whole time. Fine with me. We are here playing in this energy at Unity Center of Peace. I'm Reverend Victoria Loveland Cohen, and to my left is the soon-to-be ordained minister, Pat Webster. Soon to be, stay tuned. Yeah, who will be sharing with us a special message. So here we are. This is the place. This is the place to be. This is the time we come here on Sunday to reconnect and recenter and realign with the divine. We're here to realign. We are creating a space for sacred realignment, sacred readjustment, right? And when we show up in person, we're creating an energy, a positive, powerful energy of healing love is created. So, right, we're in this. We're creating it together. So thank you for adding to that. And we want to say hello to those of you joining us online on YouTube or Facebook. Hello. If you want to say hello in the chat, and we feel like, we're connected. We're reconnecting with you as well. All right, so let's begin that, shall we? Let's start with lighting the divine light candle. Let me just trade places with you. It's over there. And let's just spend a moment being with that element of fire, that sacred element. And I invite you to say with me our opening invocation. Take a deep breath. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Take that in, really feel at the core of your being the essence of that. The essence of that infinite possibility of good that we are stepping into, that we are generating together. And so it is.
I surrender. I trust and I know. As I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know. As I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Yes, what a wonderful invitation to let go and surrender into the arms of love that are always here and support you. You could just bring that down a little bit. Yeah, thank you. We were jumping in the ocean a little too early there. All right. So I invite you to put anything that might be in your laps on the side and sit back. Begin to take some slow, deep breaths. Close your eyes. And just let go. I know we spend so much time in our heads, in the thinking mind, figuring stuff out, anticipating, fearing, hoping, wishing, reflecting on what happened. So much of our energy caught up in that. This is an opportunity to let that go and to drop our awareness into our heart center, into our feeling nature. Breathing into our feeling nature. Connecting to that love, that infinite love that is right there, that is broadcasting to our entire being. Welcome. Enter. Let go. Let yourself fall into the arms of this love. Reside for a while in this feeling nature of love. Breathe in the peace in this moment. Surrounded by, supported, embraced by this peace. And I invite you to just reside here as we spend a couple minutes in the silence together. Whenever you feel your mind recapturing your attention, just gently bring it back to the feeling nature and breathe. these moments that we can relax the thinking mind and reconnect with that loving divine essence within us. Just realign us with our wholeness. And so you may have really felt that peace, that love, that energy that is healing. And that healing energy is now vibrating in this room. Together we have created this vortex of healing divine light. And into this healing vortex of light, I invite you to speak gently aloud the names of people who have been in your heart, on your mind, that you would love to see, feel this same energy of peace and love. And with this same energy, we also hold those who've requested prayers and added them to this box, knowing that whether it's for themselves or for others, there is the presence and the power of Spirit that is ready and available to be the answer to that prayer. It is already here. And we affirm that there is an opening to this, an opening to the possibility of healing, of love, healed relationships, abundance, peace, direction, guidance, whatever is requested. It's already here. Amen. Taking a nice deep breath, beginning to bring your awareness back into this room, into your body. When you're ready, open your eyes, stretch a little bit, look around you at all of the faces of Spirit expressing and these beautiful individuals. Yeah, look at them, and more coming in. All right. Yes, indeed. Come on in, find a place, and let's get ready to say our vision and mission statements from this awareness, from this feeling nature of reconnecting with the divine. Together, our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is.
This is a little a cappella number by Moose, and the lyrics are up there. As soon as you catch on to how the melody goes, please join in. It's a lovely song. And Karen Novi is going to lead us.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend this fire. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change and life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend this fire. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change and life deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend this fire. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change and life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
So beautiful, so beautiful. And I am so glad to be keeping company in this community. Do you, among all of us, do you find yourself wondering who and what and how we are to be at this time in history? Raise your hand if you ask yourself those questions. Gosh, I do. We're going to learn what the trees have to teach us today about that. Some weeks ago, with my daughter Allie, I went to the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Carolina Friends School, the Quaker school in Durham. And on Sunday morning, there was an interview with Dr. Peter Klopfer and his wife Martha, who started the school. Peter has 2 PhDs and was chair of the Department of Zoology for many years, responsible for starting that wonderful lemur center. And Martha holds the world's record for the fastest woman who runs over the age of 90. Yeah. And the other person was Don Wells, who after Peter kind of got the school established, chose the books, helped design the courses, Don, I think, was the second principal. These 3 people were visionaries, and they also had some struggles in the beginning days of starting this school. When they started the school, all of the schools in Durham and Orange County, and probably Chatham too, were segregated. And everybody thought that the Carolina Friends School should be a segregated school. And Peter and Martha disagreed. They believed that welcoming racial and class diversity into the school would enhance everyone's education. So the Klopfers donated the land adjoining, they had a lot of land, and they donated a big piece of land that adjoined their property for the grounds of the school. And the school was accessed by driving down the Klopfers' personal driveway and then bearing off to get to the school. Others in the broader community disagreed about the value of integration. The sheriff's car had all of the sheriff's cars had a bumper sticker on the back that said something like SLKB, and it stood for Support Local Klan Business. So they weren't going to get any health or protection from the law in the area. The Klopfers had threats on their lives and scary drivers coming up their driveway and doing and saying scary things. And there was a bomb in the lower school. It wasn't detonated, but there was a bomb there. And finally, that caught the attention of the closest FBI over in Greensboro. So they then got a little help. When Don was also a Quaker, he became principal, and the North Carolina Board of Education came and said that the textbooks that the school was using were not okay, and they had to use the textbooks that were chosen by the North Carolina Board of Education. Do you think they ever went to any of the private evangelical schools and said that? I don't know, but I doubt it. And that the teachers had to be certified in the same way that the North Carolina board requires. Well, Don strongly disagreed. He said this was a private school, not a public school, and for goodness sakes, the program had a double PhD as its founder and structure of the courses and choosing the textbooks. And the staff and family met the kind of requirements that they were looking for in teachers. So what'd they do? Quakers, like we in Unity, believe that we all have that divine inside. And they've been peacefully standing up for justice for decades. Besides moving forward to integrate the school, Peter personally went into a segregated cafe in Durham with an African-American friend of his who agreed to do this thing. And the police came in and said to the African-American man, "You've got to get out right now." And said to Peter, "And we're not going to make a big deal with you. You're okay. You can stay." And Peter said, "No, I want you to make a big deal of this. Please arrest me." And stuck out his hands to be handcuffed. And the civil rights law had already been passed. So Peter took, and it was a little foggy about if it was both or one, but he took either the right to integrate the school or to bring a person of color into the restaurant all the way up the court system to the Supreme Court and prevailed. Don said, "I like a good fight." And he took his case about the choice of textbooks and certifications of the teachers' qualifications to court as well. And he also prevailed. After their talks, there was a time for questions and answers. And I was a nanosecond behind the first woman who raised her hand, and that was just fine because she asked the question that I would have asked. And that was, what advice do you have for us in these times? Peter's and Don's and Martha's response were two things. One, they said, go back to your roots. We have to go back to our Quaker roots, back to our Quaker foundation. Look at this. Like the trees, grounded in the divine. That's their source. And we in unity, we have our source going into our communication with the divine. And our values and our principles. Einstein said that we will not solve the problems of the world from the level of the thinking that the problem was created. That kind of thinking and those emotions only tie us to the problem when we try to do it in the third realm, in the material realm. And we can't fix things if we try to do it on that realm. First, we have to go to the ground of the divine. We have to go to that fifth dimension. To ground ourselves through prayer and meditation in that dimension. And look at the roots of all the trees. They're all connected with one another. All connected. So the trees purposefully and intentionally connect up with each other. We must remember that we are all one. Different, granted, at different stages of spiritual evolution, but that we all have that divine at our core. And we need to speak to other people as if from that place to that place in them. We've got to hold that. They have this amazing, complex way, the trees do, of communicating with one another. Information comes down from the trees through the root system, helped by these little fungi too, and connect with the other root systems that connect with the other root systems. And these fungi help them transmit many miles. Get this, in 1 teaspoon of forest soil, there are many miles of these high-fi fungi that can network an entire forest. Amazing. Imagine that. I like to think of them like angels in the divine realm, whispering to all of us. Trees do all, and actually Maria came in this morning and told us about something she saw on YouTube, that somebody grounds themselves in love, stands beside a tree, and invites the tree branch to come down and touch them, and it does. So you might want to go out and try that afterwards. Trees do all kinds of things to protect one another and the forest. They're very social beings. They pump sugar and water to ailing trees to help them stay alive. They help their neighboring trees in times of need. And sometimes they share food even with their competitors. Why? Because when alone, their survival and the survival of the whole forest is threatened. Together, they create an ecosystem that moderates extremes of heat and cold, and stores supplies of water, and create humidity when they need to, so that they can all live to be very old trees in an environment of maintaining each other. This suggests a hopefulness in their own ways. We're going to store the sugar, we're going to store the water, we're going to help each other in bad times, and we're going to survive. Because the community, the forest community, has to stay intact no matter what. If not, many would die. Fatalities would mean gaps in the forest canopy, making the forest vulnerable to storms getting through and destroying more trees, or the summer heat reaching the floor of the forest and drying it out. And I I learned this. Do you know why trees are round? I mean, we just take that for granted. I mean, why aren't they like what is that called, a trapezoid like this, whatever it is? Why aren't they like that? Do you know why? Because when they grow up to where they can reach the sunlight that they need for photosynthesis, they close their diameter so that the trees next to them also have room and space to reach the light. Therefore, every tree is valuable to the community. Sick trees are nourished until they recover, and next time, the supporting trees may be the one in need. What can we learn from this? We can go back to the ground of our unity principles and remember that we're all divine and every one of us is important, even if it sometimes doesn't feel that way. Community is so important in this time. Thank God for this community. Thank God. When we isolate ourselves individually, like the trees, we're more affected by outside events. We don't have other people to help us share the story or share the fear. And it's very stressful to hold all that alone. Also, we have tools in the ground of our unity theology that help us release fear and affirm that all is divine order and that we are the protection of God. They remind us that it's affirmative prayer. The trees remind us that it's important to care for one another, to care for the ailing and the vulnerable, and to graciously and gratefully receive it when it's our turn. We avoid or release despair and hopelessness at all times. They express their own version, the trees do, as they store up the sugars and the water. They say, okay, we know we're going to survive hard times. Martin Luther and the trees express, so we, like them, release despair and hopelessness. The trees, and Martin Luther King Jr. said, we cannot capitulate to finite disappointments. We must confront these finite disappointments with infinite hope. We stand in courage through our groundedness in the divine. Presidential historian John Meacham says that fear is a good starter for demagogues, and it's not a good finisher. It is hard, he says, to keep a lot of people afraid for a really long time. To fight fear, we need courage, he goes on to say. And courage is one of the most contagious things you can imagine. That was his quote. And I see a whole room full of courageous people. I really do. Speaking of imagine, we're also reminded in this ground to use our power of imagination. We remember that divine love inside us and all around outside us. That love is a stronger power than anything on earth. And why help our competitors? Because it sets a good tone, it sets a good energy, and it adds to the collective consciousness. We must have a willingness to leap forward into a new way of thinking, to avoid that duality thinking of us versus them. I was touched by a segment of Lawrence O'Donnell this last week, and I want to play that, share that with you. It's very short, just a little over a minute.
And no, as a lifetime Celtics fan, I don't mean the
Can
part
you
where
start
the
it
New York
back
Knicks
at
won
the
semifinals
128?
for the first
Thank you.
time in
Thanks. We've had to work so hard, everybody has on this.
Saturday night in Madison Square Garden, something beautiful happened. And no, as a lifetime Celtics fan, I don't mean the part where the New York Knicks won the semifinals for the first time in 25 years, beating the Celtics. It's what happened after that. It was another night of Jalen versus Jalen, the Celtics star Jaylen Brown versus Knicks star Jalen Brunson. They battled each other all night. Two of the greatest basketball players Madison Square Garden has ever seen. Fierce competitors. One wins, one loses. And at the end of the game, with the Celtics' dream of winning the championship 2 years in a row ruined by the Knicks earning their first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals since 2000, those two fierce competitors met. The loser congratulated the winner. The winner praised the loser. They hugged. Total respect in both directions.
No, keep going a little bit longer.
All the players on each of the opposing teams were shaking hands and hugging at the end of that game. That was really the most important thing that happened on that court. And that's the way it used to be in American politics. Loser congratulates winner. Winner praises the loser's effort. Total respect in both directions. This happens routinely in America's physically roughest sports, basketball and football, and it is the most important.
So, can we hold a vision of that kind of world? Can we let that event be an icon of a world that we might imagine? Those competitors, like us, we're going to be fully in the game and we're going to hug each other at the end because we've both been fully in the game and we learn from our competitors. And can we imagine that kind of world? And it doesn't have to be a majority either. Raise your hand if you know about that 100th monkey phenomenon. Well, for those of you who don't know, and this was decades ago, on this island in the Pacific, the monkeys would dig up these roots and eat the roots, dirt and all. And then one day, one monkey went to the water and washed off, I think it was a her, but I don't know. What? Washed off her root. And pretty soon another monkey started washing off the root. And then the whole island eventually was washing the root before they ate it. And then monkeys on islands nearby started. And then monkeys on islands across the world started washing their root before they ate it. And the scientists didn't believe this. The monkeys in the laboratories, science laboratories, started washing their roots. And the scientists tried to make up all kinds of reasons. Well, it's possible that a hair from the beard on the scientist that was at that first island, that he came to a laboratory and it fell off and spread the DNA. And so they did control research, and no. Because we're all influenced by the power in that fifth dimension, that particular power. They hooked up with that template. Nobel Prize winner in biology, Rupert Sheldrake, says, how does your dog know when you're coming home? Because dogs are sometimes connected. We're connected up there in that divine template. So it doesn't take a majority. It just takes the 100th monkey. And here's another thing trees do. When a giraffe bites their bark or a bug nibbles their leaves, it hurts them. And do you know what they do? They pump substances into their leaves that the biting animal doesn't like. And they emit a warning gas to tell all the other trees to pump that same substance into their leaves. So I I played with this. I wonder if somebody tries to threaten us, we could do some version of, you don't want to eat me. You wouldn't like eating me. I'm not going to taste too good to you. And we can also sound the alarm to others when something painful and hurtful is happening to any member of our community. And then in Unity's fifth principle, after we spend time in prayer and meditation and connecting with the divine, that fifth principle, we take right action. Grounded in the divine, now we go back to the third dimension as an expression of that greater power. We stand up for truth. We speak the truth, not with venom, not with hatred. I think anger's okay. Anger's a natural human emotion, but without any of the us, them, you're bad, we're good. To speak the truth. In the same vein, as we're called to take action, however we're called, writing our congressperson, being part of a protest, donating some money, whatever we're called to do, it's important to take action instead of feeling powerless and hopeless. And let's remember joy. One of my favorite Unity quotes is from Eric Butterworth, who said that God's greatest gift and pleasure is that when from our human part we either ask for or affirm joy. It's just hard to mess with joyful people, don't you think? Okay, in the book, The Art of Racing in the Rain, and the movie, it's the story told by a dog of his lifelong relationship with his owner, who happens to be a race car driver. And he talks about all the lessons that the race car gives him, and embedded in these lessons about racing, car racing, are great existential pieces of advice. So the dog remembers when the race car said, you know, when I'm driving in pouring rain and I hit a puddle and the car starts to spin and comes out of that spin and is headed toward the wall, what I have to do is keep my eyes on the road ahead, because the car's going to go where our eyes are going to go. So can we hold the vision? Instead of focusing on the wall of despair and hopelessness, focus on the road of joy, focus on the road of the kind of world we can create in love. So in summary, be part of a community, avoid isolating, take care of one another, receive help graciously, sound the warning when there's danger afoot, speak for truth, all of that. And I want you to think of one little thing or big thing that you might do as you leave this week. And are we going to stand for a new world? Let's stand for peace and love and joy. And so it is. And you're really invited to stand if you want to during the song for peace and love and joy.
This song is called Stand, as a matter of fact. And the lyrics are up there. And as soon as you catch on.
Feels like sing-along Sunday. I like it.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. When I finally realized I needed to take a stand, that by changing my thinking I could change my life, and that's how I could change the world. So Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
We're making a new world now. We are. Just with our heart-centered conscious beings coming together in agreement with the intention. We're making a new world now. Thank you for that talk. It was very inspiring, Pat. Yeah. Okay. The energy is moving. And here is now an opportunity to keep that energy moving as we have an invitation to practice generosity in this moment. You know, generosity is not always because we're in this world of separation and belief and limitation. It's not always natural. So we want to practice our generosity. And a way that we can do that is to share what we have with our community that we believe in, with other communities that we believe in, an opportunity to really jumpstart that law of circulation in our lives. So I invite you to take whatever you're giving, and either way you can do this through, if you're doing Venmo or the QR code, we have a blue card for you to actually physically hold onto and bring to your heart as we do the affirmation. And of course, if you are signed up as a conscious sustainer, we have our green card. This is saying, I am committed to giving on a regular basis to this community. So whatever it is that you're giving, thank you, by the way, and thank you for your generosity. Really appreciate it. And so take whatever it is you're giving and hold it in your hand, maybe bring it to your heart as we say our affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. So it is.
Power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
Truly, we are creating some magic here. We are really vibrating with that energy of abundance and allowing it to multiply for this community, to support this community and the communities that we generously support. And that opening allows that abundance to return to us, pressed down, multiplied, and running over. So we bless this with love and gratitude. We are so grateful for this and more. And so it is. Thank you, thank you. All right, here we go with our prayer request box that Michael is bringing up to the foyer. So if you would like to have a prayer prayed over by the prayer team for the month and also on Sunday, just go ahead and write out a request and pop it in the box. All right, and so thank you all for being here. It's just being in this energy in person. It's just nothing like it, right? And so we thank all of you for showing up today. And if there's anybody here new for the first time today that did not receive a card, go ahead and raise your hand and we'll put one in there. And if there is somebody here maybe for a second time who has not received a packet of information that shares more about what we're all about here, go ahead and raise your hand and we will put that in your hand. Everybody good with that? Okay. All right. Terrific. And so in this moment of feeling so grateful, we're also grateful for these beautiful flowers here. Gorgeous. Can you see? You might have to get up and look around. They're just beautiful. Donated by the flower angel, Megan McCarthy. Thank you. And she says, these flowers are dedicated to the memory of my stepfather, who passed away in January 2025, just over a month after his 64th birthday. You never know how long you get the opportunity to hug your people and tell them how much they mean to you. Please take that opportunity today if you can. What a good reminder. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. All right, one more song from Bright Matter Plus.
Okay, so we're going to start a new little program here. Every so often we're going to present an original song by one of our collective of writers up here so that you get to hear a little of our own music that we create here. So all these works will be considered works in progress, so they may change a little bit over time. We don't know. This song I wrote, this is called Soul Swing, and there are lyric changes to this already in the works, but we can't quite get the lyrics changed quite yet, so we're going with the old lyrics. But you'll see. And I just want to say thanks to everybody here, Leslie and Roshana, Karen, and Andres, for being willing to work on an original song. It's
Thanks for writing this groovy song.
very flattering. So without further ado, here we go. We ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Of mine, are you strong enough to be pried open? Let the light melt the ice inside of you. Will you recognize the truth that stares you in the face, the path that leads you to a place that lets you see through the opaque heart of mine? When I'm in trouble are you listening? Do you try to guide me through the gloom when I'm running fast? Will you keep me from a painful state? Bring about the harmony to ease my mind and lift my soul. Is the past the biggest enemy that makes it hard to purge the demons from your mind? Is the future bright? And are you feeling ecstasy of classic spirituality? Will lift my voice and hear me sing. Let me see a vision bright. Let me see through the old day. Help me keep my dreams alive. Let me share the gifts I bring to bring about the harmony, to ease my mind and let my soul swing. Heart of mine, are you looking for wishing well, or do you find the treasures where they dwell within heart of mine? If you have an inclination, please remind me what it is I'm living for. Let me see the vision right. Let me see through the old day. Help me keep my dreams alive. Let me share the gifts I bring to bring about the harmony, to let my soul Are you looking for wishing well, or do you find the treasures where they dwell? Oh, and then one more thing, if you have an inclination, please remind me what it is I'm living for. Let me see a vision bright. Let me see through the old day. Help me keep my dreams alive. Let me share the gifts I bring to bring about harmony, to bless my mind and let my soul swing.
All right. Woo! An original song. Woo! Yeah, and that was fabulous. Just fabulous. Oh, can't wait for more to come. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, lots going on in this community as always on Sunday and throughout the week. And to know, I'm just going to highlight a few things, but to learn more, go to unitychapelhill.org for more information and details about all of this and more. So the first thing we have is this Saturday, this Saturday, May 31st, the mandala ceremony with Irina, our beautiful Irina back there. And this is an opportunity to really nurture your creativity and your spirit and to kind of give birth to a new idea, maybe a new vision for yourself or your community. And if the weather cooperates, we will be meeting out in the Spiral Labyrinth. If it is raining for whatever reason, it's okay. We will do it here in the sanctuary. So avail yourself of this wonderful, unique opportunity to exercise your creativity and your joy and your love. All right. Now, I'd like to invite Kellyanne up to share a little bit about her particular spiritual path.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. microphone.
Get up nice and close.
Woo! Okay, so this was kind of born out of a conversation with Joy around the prayer team sharing what brings us into our own divinity. And as everybody has their own source or their own foundational spirituality, as I started thinking about it, I just started thinking about sharing that and wanted to share Mayor Baba's life and work with you all on Tuesday evening, and we will have a potluck afterwards, as all good things end with a potluck. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, because I've never done this before, but I do think that it will begin with a little preview of how Baba created, or how his spiritual awakening happened as a young boy, and also just a little bit about his message, and also my own experience, I suppose. So I just wanted to read a couple paragraphs here that kind of express the approach that Mayor Baba takes to spirituality and his followers take, which will be much better than what I can say right now. So, who is Mayor Baba? Perhaps this question is best answered by saying that he is many things to many people. Publicly, he has declared himself to be the avatar of the age, God directly incarnated in a human form to release the tide of God's love for humanity. And there are many thousands throughout the world who believe this to be so. Those who place themselves under his guidance, he is a spiritual master who can lead one to God. Those who love him, he is the divine beloved, worthy of all devotion and sacrifice. Yet no label can do justice to him, for when the reality, pure existence, presents itself to human sight, all points of view merely reflect the limitations of the viewer. Yet this much at least can be said, that only through love can one approach Meher Baba or even begin to appreciate who he is and the import of his advent. During his lifetime, Meher Baba revealed a unique ability to inspire others in love, and through this power of pure divine love, Meher Baba said he would bring about the spiritual awakening of humankind. Many have found that the love he brings not only constitutes a supreme treasure in itself, but also imparts something of its own hue and sweetness wherever it pervades. So I hope you come and learn a little bit about that love that he brought with him to earth. Thank you.
Okay, hopefully a third time is a charm here, finding the right date for this as Waldo's workshop, which is Alchemy, Powers, and Numbers. And he's offering this on Saturday, June 7th. It's an immersive workshop that will align you with the sacred alchemy of the 12 powers, spiritual numerology, and ancestral practices to help activate the 12 powers and decode vibrational meanings of numbers and realign energy through shamanic teachings. Our very own Oswaldo Mora, right? Fabulous. So go to our website to register for this event on June 7th. All right, so it's almost summer, and we are launching our summer fundraisers, but they're fundraisers, yes, and they're community events called pick-a-parties. And pick-a-parties is somebody decides to host an event, whether it's a dinner or a swim in a pool or Barnsley did painting of birdhouses last year and pizza. And there's so many different ways that you can host a party. Really, your imagination is only limited by your imagination. So you are either invited to pick a party that's already established, and you're invited to host one of your own. So I want you to go to the website and see the couple that we have right now. Dana and I are hosting a dessert party, again, like we did last year at our home, and Marie and Brad are hosting a wonderful poolside party. So look for those. Others are coming up, and if you have an idea for one, please come to me and let's work it out. Okay, so there's somebody sitting over here in the corner that we have not seen, next to Barnsley, that we have not seen for a very long time. This is her daughter, Zelia. And it's so wonderful to see your beautiful face, dear. We are so, we're just, our hearts are open to you. Zelia has actually been donating the donuts that come from, is it Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, so if you've enjoyed some Dunkin' Donuts on Sunday, she has been donating them. So we appreciate that. And the news is that we are hosting a baby shower for Zelia and Barnsley as a grandmother for the first time. And it will be on Sunday, June 1st. Is that next Sunday? Yeah, it's next Sunday. And she does have some requests, and if you will go to Barnsley and ask her, she will share with you what she is most in need of. There will be pizza here, so please stay after the service and enjoy some pizza and games and treats and all kinds of great stuff. So this also will be on our website if you want some more information. And we just want to share our love with you, Zelia, and know that you are supported by our spiritual community, okay? All right. And today's deeper dive discussion is led by Gaines Steer. There you are there. That will be in the back room on the right, an opportunity to really talk about all of the wonderful ideas that are probably bubbling up in your head from that talk today. And then right after service, we have the Sacred Cafe outside. It's such a beautiful day, right? We got to get out there, get our coffee and desserts. The 3-minute miracle is always an opportunity to sit with someone who is trained in prayer so they can help you see whatever situation you're going through in your life from the highest point of view. And today, we're fortunate enough to have Karen Rowe back with us and ready to pray with you. She'll be in that last room, the ministry office on the left. And then one more thing real quick. We have a Kiva fund. Maria, would you like to come up and just share a moment of what Kiva is and invite them to?
The quickest of quick, thank you, is 12:30 here. I'll be showing a video and giving a little introduction to kiva.org. We mentioned it at the community meeting. It is an outreach, a community outreach that extends across the world, and it's a really simple way we can all give back to our world. And I'll tell you more when you show up at 12:30. Bring your snacks. It's only 10 minutes. It's not a long thing. I need to show you on the TV what it is and how it works. But it's essentially micro loans, micro investing. And there's an original community here, our original outreach team of 14 people, most of whom aren't here anymore. We've all donated a certain amount, and that money actually to date has generated $20,000 worth of microloans in the world. So imagine what we could do now with a whole new community of people giving back. So thank you.
Thank you, Maria. All right, let's invite in the kids.
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am.
Hello and good morning. Hi, I'm Shannon, the YFM director. Big thanks to Chris to coming out and volunteering, and to Laura coming out and volunteering as well. A round of applause. So today we finished talking about the power of power, and since we had the two older, powerful children, I put it on them. I'm like, all right, cool. What's your lesson for today? How are we going to create something to remind us of our spirituality as we go forth? Figuring that they were listening while I was doing all my lessons. But we did it. We figured it out. This is kind of a stress ball, right, kind of thing, because we're going into EOGs and how we can then shift and change, the power to change and shift our stress into something that's a little bit more productive. Anyway, generative. What else? June has some really great events coming up. Look at the website, check them out. Particularly Gaines is going to be doing helping us with our power of imagination on the 22nd. Good time to invite people who are curious about Unity or the YFM program or the stories in and around the Technicolor Dreamcoat, I think is one of the two. And we'll be doing something prior to that to prompt the children. Prime? Anyway, it's a language day for me. Anyway, enough about me. Let's bless the children.
Yeah.
Let's bless these children and the children everywhere. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. All right, if everyone will stand where you are, we say our prayer of protection with I am statements, and then sing our peace song. Just go back here. We're going to hold hand. Take a hand if you would. Take a deep breath. And from this place, we say, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter. Hello. Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you. Thank you.